So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to import your field maps into ArcMap. So I've scanned my two maps. I've trimmed them, so I've only got the map data. I've got rid of all the white edges, and I've put them in, and I've saved them as TIFF files. So here they are. There's this one, which is the western map, and then this one, which is the eastern map. Okay. So now I want to put them into ArcMap. So let's open up ArcMap. So this is our Barem map in ArcMap. Okay. So first of all, I'm just going to minimize the geology layer. First of all, I want to create a new layer on which I'm going to have those field maps. So I'm going to create a new group layer, and I'm going to call it field maps. Okay. And I probably want that to be above the geography but below the geology in terms of the layering on the map. So now I want to add some data onto that. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to start with the eastern map, and that in my case that's map 2, this scan 2. So I'm going to add it, and I'm going to say yes, I'm going to build these pyramids, and you'll find that it doesn't appear, and that's because it's plotted over near the origin somewhere, because it's not georeferenced. So what we need to do is set up to start georeferencing the map. So I can do customize toolbars, and then I'll need the georeferencing toolbar, and that'll this will appear here. So what I can first of all check that I'm georeferencing the right file. So that's this file here, and the first thing, I can get it roughly right by just fitting to display. Okay, you can see that then I've got this map roughly right. Then the next level, I can shift it around. So I can move this so it's roughly right over here. But you can see that the scale's a little bit wrong. Okay, you can see that these points here. So what we have to do is we have to start clicking on the points on the field map and points on the base map in ArcGIS, and we'll end up getting it pretty good. So I need to use this tool on here, and first of all I'm gonna zoom into this corner here, and I'm going to use this grid square and line it up with that grid point there. So I can click here, make sure that I'm in the file that I'm georeferencing. So I click here, and then I click it. Okay. Then I want to zoom back out. Zoom to layer. And then I want to go down here at the other corner of the map and do a point over there. So this point here is equivalent to that point there. So again, I click on I need to be selected. I need to click on this point here, and then I need to click on the equivalent point there. And then if we zoom to there, we can see that that's got it pretty good. It's still out a little bit, so we can maybe do this point down here. Okay, if we zoom out again, zoom to there, we'll see that we're getting pretty good. Maybe we go up in this corner up here. It's getting pretty good. switch it off this time because it's a bit difficult to see. There we go. We see we've pretty much georeferenced that pretty well. So then I need to save all that georeferencing. I need to click on here, update georeferencing. Okay, and now that scan, that image, will be really well georeferenced. And if you look in the folder where all of this is, you'll see that ArcGIS has now created these 3 extra files which are needed to georeference this scan in here. Okay. Now we can do the Western map. Okay. So if we move over to here. Okay, so then we can add data, and we can add the other map, the Western map. Again, we want to create pyramids, and again it won't appear. So we want to make it appear on here. So now we want to georeference number 1, and we want to fit to display, and we can see that it is roughly there. Okay, so now we can again move it around, so that's going to be about right there. Okay, so now we can start clicking on a few points. So we'll zoom in on here. Select this point. That's going to be that. Okay, and we can zoom to layer again, and we can this point here is equivalent to that point there, so we can see that that's should have done a pretty good job, but we probably need to add a few more points on here. So maybe some spot heights as well. You can see that we haven't got any more grid squares on here, so we need to use something else. 1093 spot height is quite a good one, so we can add that there. Turn off that field map. Okay, we can zoom to layer again, and then we can use this spot type down here, 11891. You see it's already pretty accurate. And again, we can update georeferencing. So we can move this back over here, so we can get our whole map on one sheet, and we can change our scale back to 1 to 10,000. And you can see that immediately there are a few little issues. for instance, this boundary here is not consistent across the two maps, and that's a bit of an issue. So we'll need to correct that when we come to draw in this boundary here. So make sure once you've done that, you save the map, and in the next tutorial I'll show you how to start adding the geology onto the map.